Eels are very important part of the freshwater ecosystems, and in Cape Breton Highlands National Park we have them in every watershed in the park. The eel has been identified by COSIWIC, that's the Committee on the Status of Endangered Wildlife in Canada, for some years as being a species of some concern. The category is actually special concern.
When they were doing the designation for special concern, they realized that they didn't have enough data. So until people were able to get better figures in and actually show a good picture of the eel in Atlantic Canada, that they were able to determine that it is threatened. Eels have been uplisted, they call it, from species of special concern by COSIWIC to threatened in May of 2012.
One of the roles that Parks Canada offers is that we have these unexploited watersheds that enable us to see how natural populations might be doing. We've been looking at eels for approximately 4 years now, trying to get a handle on what the in-migrating juvenile populations are, but also looking at what our resident populations of yellow eels are. We've been doing work with Katherine at Cape Breton University, basically trying to establish length at age curves so that we can translate that length back to that age. She's been doing the aging basically with otoliths, which are a little ear bone in the eel that shows the same sort of rings as tree rings.
I only started working on eels about 5 years ago, so it's very difficult. As any population, it's difficult to get an assessment of cycling or declines or increases. But at least we now have good baseline data for this area. We're
now finally in a situation where we can start to assess what the trends might be. It looks like the eel population has been dropping, but also that there seem to be a smaller proportion of the young ones in the samples for the last 2 years.
Our eel harvesters in the Badore Lakes, the Mi'kmaq eel harvesters, have said that yes, there has been a decline in eels, but since the past few years, they're starting to see them come back in areas where they haven't seen them in a while.
So the wider the data collection is, I think the better our estimates will be, and to have it continue through time is a requirement to better understand what's happening with the population.
I think the park has really learned a lot. We've gone from knowing very little about this really fascinating creature to having just more and more questions. Fascinating.